The reason why the charms are so expensive, the reason why you're paying $60 for ornaments, this is going to be announced later, or when people got the packages, they could forward it, because we did not want to make it look like we were trying to, pose any type of false advertising. We didn't want there to be any doubts. We were trying to find the cures for cancer. We're trying to help families that are struggling. We're trying to help the homeless people. Section 8 housing out here is packed. I got nothing against SPH. Not a damn thing. He can do whatever he wants. The name calling and sending people over to my page, not cool. However, we're going to look past it. Hatchet's Wicked Shack will take no action against SPH. We have no intentions on responding to him or the people he's sending over to our page or the people who are going on his behalf. And we will not do that to SPH. Instead, what I'll do is I'll tell you why you're paying $60 for ornaments. You'll help fight homelessness. You'll help fight cancer. You'll help fight diseases. You'll help stand against kids getting into gangs. You're going to help with people who need assistance, such as high school kids, for motivational speakers to go in, for guest speakers to go into the school so that they're not stuck in a classroom every single day. No. See, Hatchet's Wicked Shack has much bigger visions. The reason why the charms are expensive is because we're trying to get it so that way we can calculate how much it would cost for royalties for Twisted. Once we start getting the money in, yeah, we made the designs, yes, we have the charms. But you see, Twisted inspired us to do this. I even wanted to work with SPH, but I like working with my friend Boris from Ukraine. If SPH wanted to work with Hatchet's Wicked Shack, if SPH wanted to help out with charms, or he wanted something, that, if we needed something, t-shirts, stickers, whatever, I actually sent somebody over to him because they're like, you got stickers and stuff like that. I want one of those charms. Save them for me for the 28th. Of course, no problem. That's what we're here for. But I sent them over to SPH. I'm like, he might have stickers. I don't know. I know he's got really cool cleavers, is what I said to this guy. We will not take part in name calling. We will not get aggravated. And this will not hurt us. However, posts of people who have been posting stuff for SPH, for him or on his behalf, will be removed accordingly. Subjects that may or may not be posted by Hatchet's Wicked Shack will also be removed. But my heart goes out to Wounded Ravenlet, their cousin, when we're trying to help, and passed away. And all of us here at Hatchet's Wicked Shack were upset to hear about this. If you watch one of my videos, it was called Juggalo Battling Leukemia. What it should have been called is all of us are battling leukemia, whether we've got it or whether we're trying to help prevent it and help find a cure. See, at Hatchet's Wicked Shack, you buy one of my charms, and you'll get a piece of paper and it tells you where all the money goes. An invoice, if you will. Anyone who wants to be a part of this, more than welcome to. We have no beef with SPH. We don't want to fight him at the gathering because I intend on going. Well, if he really wanted to hurt me and inflict some sort of pain, take it like a man. It's what I was raised. Someone hits you, take it like a man. Unless they got a foreign object, then hit them with it. Because obviously they don't have intentions on just hurting you. But that's beside the point. So at Hatchet's Wicked Shack, fighting all these things, trying to do all these things, trying to put money for the designs. See, what we did is we took marketable designs. Because I went researching. There was no Abominations charms until Hatchet's Wicked Shack. We took pride in this. But we also want to make sure that Twisted got their cut of it and to get our appreciation and to tell them this is what you're doing. We weren't trying to make a fast buck for our pockets, for our wallets, for our smokes, for our drinks, for our concerts, for our parties. No, see, I wanted to go to the Twisted show for this reason. We will be leaving Facebook at some point. Um, we've seen a lot of things that Hatchet's Wicked Shack does not condone. See, we were built on a moral basis. We were built with no stealing, no lying, no hurting, no mocking, no name calling. You know, basic morals that we've grown up with since we were yay tall. I don't know about how you were raised. You know, that's sorry if your parents were assholes. But at Hatchet's Wicked Shack, what we try and do is make things better. We try and improve the quality of life. And if there's something that you want sponsored by Hatchet's Wicked Shack, something that you want, you know, to see, you know, vanquished, AIDS, anything like that, you know, to help get rid of that tyrant down in South Africa, let us know. You know, we can't solve all the world's problems, but this is a start. And this is what we intend to do. And we do it the right way. We were aiming to have things done. We were aiming to try and do the right thing. And that's now been put to shame. Because no one knew what we were doing. Why are these charms $60? Why are these charms so expensive? What are they doing with all this money? Well, I'll tell you. I'm trying to help. You're not just buying a charm. Buying a new house for a kid one day. A homeless family. See, what Hatchet's Wicked Shack wanted to do was build a stimulus package to stimulate the economy. See, I was going to be rich for a short while, but it was all going to go away. Help families that need it. Help families that are suffering. Help people that are suffering. And not just family kids. Not just people who are juggalos or juggalettes or female juggalos. No. We were simply trying to help everybody who needed it. As far as SPH goes, he is not a concern of Hatchet's Wicked Shacks. All I can see is, yeah, he's not a friend, but he's not an enemy. We will not retaliate against him. Matter of fact, I'll go on record and apologize for saying, get the fuck off my page. That was rude. I should not have said that. I have no excuse for that. 23 years old, still learning. I have a case of, I'm not sure if you guys have heard of this. You guys probably know it as Asperger's. It's actually pronounced Asperger's. And it is the highest functioning form of autism. Now, what that does is it makes one side of your brain overdeveloped and another one underdeveloped. Good balance, but it kind of fucks you up, you know. Emotionally, you're still like, you know, a 15-year-old kid with a temper tantrum. But I try and focus on the intelligence side, you know. So I do apologize to SPH, to his fans, to his friends, to his family. We did not want to start any beef. We didn't want to do rap videos. We didn't want to fight him at the gathering. No, what we wanted to do instead was we wanted to let it go. But people couldn't do that. So I decided to do this instead and publicly address you, SPH, anyone else may be watching this, anyone who's going, why am I paying $60 for one of Hatchet's Wicked Shack's charms, but I can get them cheaper over from SPH? Well, you're helping. We've calculated what it's going to take for the charms to pay off Twisted. Not to pay them off, but to give them their cut. And for donations, for societies, whatever. We don't want to make a $3 contribution. But what we'll do is we'll make $3 contributions to 15, 20 different places. If you want to really know what Hatchet's Wicked Shack is all about, then I recommend that you watch this video. I recommend you show this to your friends, to your family. And I hope SPH sees this. I hope MoonShine sees this. I hope all you guys see this and realize we did not want any mess. We did not want any of this. We were waiting until this summer to announce this. Which is going to have to make this announcement. The reason why we are leaving Facebook has nothing to do with SPH. Hatchet's Wicked Shack is not intimidated by name calling. Hatchet's Wicked Shack is not intimidated at all, period. But Hatchet's Wicked Shack tries to do good things. And Hatchet's Wicked Shack has decided, us as a whole, to build our own website, non-profit. We monetized our YouTube videos to help with this cause, to help people who are struggling, to help people with whatever it is that we possibly can. But we also wanted to make it very clear that we do not participate in any of what Facebook stands for. See, with Hatchet's Wicked Shack and its moral ground, Facebook has none of that. So, you can follow us when we do this, but I still hope you'll come at the grand opening of Hatchet's Wicked Shack. It will be a shop where you can listen to music, hang out, buy charms, buy merch. Still stands. However, the increase will have to go because of business loans that we will hopefully apply for. For licensing, things like this. Our merchandise will be a little more expensive so we can do this. We don't have the funds to do this on our own. So this is what we started with. See, everyone thought that this was a greedy thing, that this was business. It is business, but no one knew what my business was. So I am sorry, SPH, for all these troubles. Trust me, they haven't been easy on me. You whooped my ass with a lot of those people. You know, mentally. God, I was out of it at like 9 o'clock last night. I drank a twisted tea and I was out. But I hope I answered people's questions. I hope I've been direct. Maybe one day SPH and I can work together. I got nothing against this guy. No. I actually sent somebody his way because they wanted stickers. And it says, you know, go check out his cleavers. Stuff like that. I sent them over there. You know, he says, you know, because he wanted all these things. And I says, well, I can't provide all these things. We do charms and we're still working on, you know, pants and shirts and prototypes for those. Same thing goes. The clothes that we were using were from a free clothing building. And those clothes were still going to be paid for because we were going to give back. Hatchet's Wicked Shack is not a money-grubbing business. It is not monetary gain. But it's rewarding to try and help somebody. Even Let's cousin. We are trying to do things on a moral basis. We are trying to keep ourselves away from competitions. This isn't what this is about. See, I design the charms. My friend over in the Ukraine makes them. We have no issues with SPH other than the fact that people are blasting up on Hatchet's Wicked Shack. These are our only concerns. Other than that, we don't care. We blocked him on our Facebook page so we could eliminate that. Unfortunately, people fell through the cracks, so we had to filter them out too. I would not slander SPH. I would not slander his business. I will not slander the people who follow him. Matter of fact, you know, little competition's healthy every now and again. Kept me on my toes, let me tell you. I didn't expect any of this. Jesus Christ. But, anyways, by SPH viewing and commenting on my videos and stuff that I've monetized, it's helped. So, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Because now I can continue doing what it is that I'm doing, and that's helping. See, I was homeless for 3 years. I was couch hopping. I had friends that, you know, helped me out. But I always had, but because of some friends, you know. See, these personal experiences, it's not just a, you know, because of those. But, you know, I can empathize. My mother had breast cancer. We had a friend of ours, Susie from Michigan. Not Graham and Susie that I mentioned in my other videos, but my friend Susie up in Michigan. My grandmother's best friend, she just passed away of cancer. About a week ago. So, hands have been tied. We've been busy. We wish we could have paid more attention. But that's another reason why we're doing these shows. See, the shows that we're doing, the concerts, that is strictly for us. Joe Cordes, our rapper, who I will promote day in, day out. I love his music. He will get his cut. That is where we make money. But we are not closed to other people joining. I already said show demos. I'll promote you. I still like Monster City Freaks. I love that music. I love German music. So, now you guys know. Hopefully I've been clear. Hopefully this cleared up some air for everybody. But SPH, I got nothing but respect for what you do. I don't even know how you make those fucking cleavers, dude. I couldn't do it if I tried. I don't make charms. You kidding me? I'm intelligent, like I said, but my autism get in the way of that. I don't have the funds to make my own charms. How SPH does is beyond me, but I would not object to doing business with SPH in the future. I would not object to working with him, sending people his way if there's something I cannot provide. I would much rather send people his way than sending it to somebody else's. And this isn't a plea for this whole thing to stop. Because Hatchet's Wicked Check will put a stop to this regardless. We'll block people, we'll remove them until we are ready to leave Facebook and we have all the funds to do the website, which, by the way, will be coming out of our own pockets. That will not be coming from you purchasing charms or anything like that. That is something that we are personally working on. We will build a nice website. We will put up charities. We'll talk to people for the whole gang awareness thing, so that way kids stay out of gangs. We'll help this, with funds to help with everything. Hatchet's Wicked Shack is non-profit. Perhaps we should have said this sooner. But as far as SPH goes and all you guys, kudos. I couldn't do the things he does. So, much respect, SPH. Whoop whoop, guys. I'm out.